Hey,
Hello.
hola, hola, hola. Welcome, fellow listeners. Also, um, today is indeed Restoration Talks with the team.
Oh, no forgiveness of punishment.
Let me shout, let me shout. Yeah, you have to be sharp. You have to be sharp. You have to be sharp. No, but indeed, man, with no forgiveness of punishment, part two. Maybe that's way for some people to come in to join in. I hope you all had a wonderful week. I hope you too. Also, Helena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
so, yeah. We are indeed surviving. But yeah, why would this topic be so important? Last week, Minister Chris already kicked off with the teaching concerning no forgiveness of punishment. Echt, listen to it. Last week, Friday, tomorrow, we will continue with it. Also, at the
Yeah.
same time at 12 p.m. On Facebook, on YouTube, here in these channels. And I hope, yeah, it will broaden your understanding. Because last week it was about Old Testament, right?
Yeah, that's the Old Testament. Yeah.
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 And then tomorrow,
New Testament.
New Testament, New Testament. Yeah, man, nice. Okay, there's much to cover today. There's a lot.
Age.
Uh, there's a lot to cover today, but um, yeah,
Pressure.
my I think my first thing is then why is this topic so important? Elena, why?
Mm,
It's,
yeah, I think what we also discussed like last week in the talk is that because a lot of people think I think in the world in general we think we can just live life the way we
of course.
want
Mm,
and and then when something happened
hmm.
we yeah we want to blame it on something else like oh we say the devil has done it or it is karma or life is not fair, but it's always like blame to an external thing and not like looking at what we have done at a certain moment in our life. And so I think that's the way I think like the importance of this topic. So I don't know how you think about it.
Yeah, no, true. It's really funny because when it comes to um, or religions or other religious concepts
Yeah.
like karma, it was obvious. I will call it karma, so
Yeah.
or um, but mostly when you look it down to especially the Christianity, it was never focused on what goes around comes. Oh yeah, well, there's also another state. What goes around comes back.
Comes around. Yeah. True.
That's
Yeah.
just statements. So you have the statements for the religious people. Then you also have the statements for the atheist people. What's like only Bible believers didn't have that.
Yeah. It's all
So
about it.
yeah, it really broadens my perception. I also really think it is yeah really important to really discuss such things because then you can also sit down and think about your own
I
life.
think about your own life. Yeah. Because like were you also someone who was like, oh, I'm just living life and
Yeah, yeah, it's
yeah.
also yeah, yeah. I was person too much fit,
Yeah. Oh
too
really?
much,
Okay.
but nothing comes good. Like it's really funny because a certain time you would also have that we're not it's like you are Elohim's favorite child.
Hey, you are this
Hey,
one.
hey, not, of course not. I am Elohim's favorite.
Oh,
No, not me being
oh,
but I
I
mean
thought
that
you.
Elohim's favorite child syndrome. Like yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So so
Yeah.
you so you didn't have that at all.
No, you are.
Yeah, man,
Yeah, I did.
from what
I
may
think
everything will be
everyone,
okay.
everything is going to be okay. And then at a certain moment in my life was like when the struggles were starting, and so I was like, life is
Life is not easy. Life is not
life is
easy.
not that easy. And then you have songs. I don't know if you listen to Gospel Hydration, and so they have a song called "Life Is Easy," and I was like, You have to listen. You have to listen.
Okay,
And
no,
Limo Blaze also have a song. It's called
blessings. And it's one song.
no, favorite baby or favorite child or so. It's,
That.
yeah. So like also in the songs, it's also coming back. So
Minister
yeah,
Joseph would always say, "Fine, Elohim has millions of children. You are just one of
yeah,
them. Just come
true,
there, fine. You are the one special one."
yeah,
But AC says, "Candice, you reap what you sow." Indeed,
mm-hmm.
that's indeed the biblical
Yeah,
context of what goes around comes back around,
yeah,
karma, um, yeah, and the many other things.
yeah, true,
But then the thing is then also how to pick it up in life, because life is also really, yeah, yeah. It can be really difficult and really deadly also. It has no
yeah,
respect of man. And
no,
when and then it brings up to this next notion. Repeated
repeated
punishments
punishments.
result in negative outcomes. Have you ever experienced, yeah, realizing,
Mm,
hey, actually, I'm trying to come out of my, let's say, my sinful life or so. But I'm
yeah.
constantly being punished. It is impossible for me to come out of this awe. Um, how
Um,
taken it, or maybe did you ever experience it?
I'm not sure if I've experienced it, but if I look into my life, I would rather say that I have faced some challenges, but I don't know if it's like directly linked to punishment
Yeah,
or not. Maybe I don't see it as a punishment because I think like when I'm going through something in my mind, it's like I don't want to complain a lot because other people are going through harder stuff, but that doesn't mean that what I'm going through is not how do you say it, mm, that
difficult.
yeah, that difficult. So yeah, I'm not sure if I've um have been going through like repeated punishment. I think yeah, punishment, yeah, so I think yeah, at once, well, but I think more going through testings and challenges. Yeah, so that's
Yes.
the yeah. So how I viewed her.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
and that is then maybe that's then your personal life. And would you say then for someone that is going through repeated punishments over and over, the trying person's trying to stand up, fall down, stand up, falls,
Yeah.
but then afterward you would see it's going down as a spiral, that it will always result as a negative income outcome.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
can
agree with this
imagine that.
notion?
Yeah, I can imagine that. Like there's 90% chance that it will be negative, but I think yeah. So I don't read. It's the 50-50 the notion, because some people, they go through like a lot of punishment, like going to jail, I don't know, maybe 10 times, but
Mhm.
then the 10th time they realize like, oh no, I can really not do this anymore, and they repent.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I think there's always room for change and improvement, but that's not always the case. Let's be realistic.
Yeah, of course,
But
some people will listen, some people
yeah,
will
some
listen,
people won't listen.
but they will
So
not even understand the signs.
yeah, true. Yeah, yeah. That's also a
Yeah.
thing that you're not always. Yeah. So that's my view on it. And
And people in the comment section, what are your stance on this? Repeated punishment result in
something
negative
never
outcome. Because I
comes.
think
Oh,
indeed, Helen said, of course, 50. Yeah, as in,
oh,
it depends. Of course, it depends because some
yeah.
people may not even realize their situation, their context where they are in. They don't
True.
realize that B is happening because of what
Of
A,
a
and
yeah.
so and and also I think also most really one important thing is also to question ourselves. But I just realized is also who punishes.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's also who
What do
punishes,
you mean with who punishes?
because um, yeah, okay, that's also really difficult, and I hope Yah may show his compassion, but
Yeah.
also because when you read scriptures, you would see that Yah always tried to chastise his people, right?
Yeah.
And then he would comfort some words like, "You don't need to be wary of his correction."
Yeah.
Because Elohim, he loved those whom he corrected.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, it's also a really difficult, I would say, a difficult perception for a person to have, to say that in all things,
Yeah. Too. Yeah. Yeah.
all praise
Yeah.
unto the. So indeed, I would say, if repeated punishment results in negative outcomes, yeah, yeah, okay. Of course, are you one of his? Is Elohim punishing you, or
Yeah.
is Elohim preserving you? So basically, when you realize that Elohim punishing you is something like, is it really trying for you to do better? It's not
Yeah.
just punishing of punishing's sake. Um, for example, you realize anytime when you drink, life is really scattered, right?
Yeah.
Every
True.
time, and you see it becomes worse, worse, worse. But for some people, when they even stop drinking for 1 week or a month or so, whole lives change immediately. Whole life. Wait
Yeah.
for
True.
grace
Like.
period. Of course, it might can come later, but there's a
Yeah.
certain grace period. You realize, hey, wow, if I do continue this road, I will never have inner peace, for example.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
But yeah, it's of course it's a difficult one,
Yeah. It's
because it also
difficult.
assess
Yeah.
a lot of reflection. It
Yeah.
takes a lot of reflection. It
Because
takes
have you experienced like something? Yeah, something that you were punished for repeatedly.
uh yeah. The thing is, I'm too optimistic in life. Yeah,
Yeah. It's
I
yeah.
yeah. Of course, life is. I'm not saying I'm not going through difficulties a lot. Of course.
Favor.
Hmm?
Ik zei favor.
No, nee, nee, verre van. Favor. If you all can have a little portion of favor, would be good in life, eh? But I need time to answer. I really
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I understand.
much
Understand.
on this. I
Yeah.
posed this notion, but good question. Food for thought. Food for thought.
I'll come back to.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
because
not today, but I'll come.
because one important thing is then also for some people, I think for many, I will not say repeatedly punishments, because as in, because that means you can link all situations to one specific moment, and that's
Yeah.
something I cannot answer. That's more what I mean. I cannot
Ah.
link
Okay. Yeah.
all fun. Oh yeah, this happens because of this scenario that I've been doing, and that makes it a bit difficult to give an answer just like that. But then I can also imagine
Yeah.
that many people, we are um,
Oh, sorry.
people. Oh wait, AC. Have you seen what AC
AC.
said?
AC. No, I don't get. I think I cannot see the chat.
Oh, okay. It says, if I may ask, according to the gentleman, Elohim can punish. Who else can punish too?
Yeah, that was I'm wondering when you asked like who punished.
Yeah, okay. Okay, before that's a really good question, because it's also bridged to my next question: what to do under punishment,
Oh, okay.
or how to deal with you reap what you sow, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, what goes around comes back around. Uh, but Elohim indeed punishes,
Mm-hmm.
or let's say he corrects his
Yeah.
people, and at a certain point, you will see that he will try to get your attention. He will try to get your attention. He will try to get your attention. But later on, you would realize, man, hey, this person is really really stubborn. That's
Yeah.
I'm just um, giving an anecdote there, but an Elohim will be like, hey, this person is really really stubborn. So it's better for me just to um, let him
Go.
give him over unto the cares of this world, and
Oh,
that's
so it's like
more.
the enemy.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's more as in, it is not, it's not that the enemy will punish you. It is more that Elohim just hand you over. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
basically, yes, the main focus that I want to have in this is that Elohim is still the one in control,
Mm-hmm.
and not Fanoya. The enemy is the one who will control, and he will interrupt Elohim's plans and all these things. No, it's Elohim is still the one in control, and he then says, okay, you know what? I'm correcting you, and if you don't want to listen over and over and over,
Yeah.
then he can just hand you over to the cares of this world. I intentionally said the cares of this world because I don't want people to focus on,
Yeah, yeah. On the enemy and
So it's really good question, really good question, AC. I'm also really curious, AC. How did you experience
yeah.
this repeated punishments? Because the next question, which is really, really, really important, and I will also hereby show videos also, how to deal with it, because it is
Yeah.
tough. It is. She said, by the way, for you because you don't see the comment sections.
No, I don't see no.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the main question is also how to deal with it. You're being punished, you're being chastised, you are worried, you are in
The
trouble.
stress.
Are you in that period now?
Yeah. No, no,
Oh,
no. Okay,
no,
no,
I'll
it's
not
not.
ask. I will not ask. I'll mark it as well.
It's,
I'll not make it too hard for you. I will not. I will take it easy. But people in the comment section, are you also in that period? Like, it's a lot. Life is too much. It's too much.
no,
I cannot breathe.
no, no.
Uh,
Okay, no, it's not like that extreme, but it's like I'm like on the ending phase of school, and we need to do scriptie. I don't know what scriptie is in English. But final like exam, and it's just stressing me out.
yeah, man.
It's just stressing me out. But then I was talking to my sister, and she was like, school is not everything, and that's the
Yeah,
thing. We just worry so much about the things of this world,
yeah, man.
and even with school, you just need to involve Elohim with it. Like,
Yeah,
okay, I'm struggling, just helping, just seeking for help. I just also speaking to myself. School's not everything. People that get a diploma on the day of the graduation, they can die and stuff. So I was like really talking to myself, like, school is not everything. Just relax and do what you can do, because that is something that I've done all those years. So why now start stressing and panicking and whatnot?
that's a
So
nice bridge to that what I
yeah,
want to share. Last week, I think the comment section is a bit too. Wait a second. Let me remove this. Last week we had a wonderful teaching concerning this topic.
yeah.
My next question is then indeed how to deal with such things. Oh wait, this is
Oh,
really. Hey, I think we have to invite AC
oh
to the
yeah. AC, join us
because
next time.
because the
Oh,
person says I don't have enough space to explain it, but
oh,
by His grace I'm still here. I have to manage and endure because I asked the same question I asked you. I also
oh,
asked.
okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, but
Maybe
if anything, I know life
AC.
might be tough. You can always contact us through our social media channels,
Yeah.
and yeah, I hope Yah will show His compassion towards you
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. And also this also really uh, I've said it many times. This is a perfect bridge, but this is actually the perfect bridge to my next point. Because indeed, my follow up question was then indeed fun. What to do,
Yeah.
how to deal with karma when you're prone to make mistakes, how
Yeah.
to deal with all these things when you are prone to make mistakes. You will make a mistake, but still you'll be in punishment. So what to do when on the punishment? Do you remember this? Teaching. This is last week, Elena.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I will just play a snippet.
Okay.
Play snippets 126, and then we'll just discuss. Hey, my dad had us now.
Mhm.
Neither is there
Do you hear sound?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here's some.
life.
Yeah.
It is I who wound, and it is I who heal.
Okay.
Neither is
So, to give some context, this is No Forgiveness of Punishment, Part 1, last week, Old Testament. He gave, I want to go to the table of the content, but that will take a lot of time. So, basically,
Yeah.
watch it, watch last week's show. Really insightful, where we just want to highlight one specific part, because it is also really important to understand how to go about it. Because now, nowadays we are going through it. It might heavy. Some people might have watched it, but it might also skip their mind. This is just a really
Yeah.
good reminder, also to end this conversation really well. So here you would see that what to do when under punishment, and he pointed three things. So we'll listen to the first one, and we'll just have a conversation about it.
there
Yeah, okay.
any that delivers out of my hand. That is the if you will forget everything,
He said, "If you will forget everything,
Mm-hmm.
or everything, remember this."
make sure you don't forget that.
That
You must understand that first, nothing will ever happen without the will of Elohim. And you must acknowledge him as the source. So if anything good happens to you, say to the praise of Elohim. If anything bad happens to you, say, have mercy on me, Elohim. And these are one of the areas.
Yeah.
what kind of person are you in this at the moment?
Exactly what I
Before.
was saying, right? What I said.
And before, were you always like that?
What did you say?
Wait,
No, oh no, I wasn't like that before. No, oh, that's
so,
what you
so,
mean.
so, so, so how did you came to that point? Because that's really
Oh,
that's really,
oh, that's the. Oh, okay, okay, now I understand.
uh,
uh, how did I Now it started when I because I was someone when something was bothering me or something. I just it was just in my head. It was just on me. Wasn't talking about to anyone about it. But the moment I start to do that, then you realize that hey, other people are also going through stuff. You're not the only one.
oh,
And just talking to each other, it's like also comforting, and
mhm,
also because Elohim also speaks through people. So if you talk to like-minded people, the right people, you will
mhm,
also like get yeah, confirmation, like you talk, keep going, yeah, life's not
mhm,
easy and
mhm,
stuff, but
mhm.
remember Elohim always. So it's also important to also, if you're talking to someone, also talk like to the right people about it, because you can also talk to someone who isn't like on the same level on you and can still give you bad advice while you are in a certain mood,
Yeah,
and that will not also help you. So I think, yeah, that's, yeah,
it really links also to what he was saying, like, because he will also compare how some people are doing it. But I'll just
yeah,
play. Let's play.
okay.
Areas where I appreciate our Muslim brothers and sisters. See on me, Elohim. And these are one of the areas where I appreciate our Muslim brothers and sisters. I was watching the news when the earthquake happened to Morocco or Algeria, I think it was Morocco, and a guy was being filmed, and he was telling how his house is destroyed, how he lost some of his family members, and then he literally said, Allah has decided for this to happen to my family.
My goodness.
What's the news?
Even if
Yeah.
that's how to do
To
it.
say that is really levels.
It's easier said than
It's
done.
easier said than done.
Yeah, because and I do agree with him, with him, as in they have got this understanding for so long from the
Yeah,
childhood. Right? All that they see is home, their God. But helaas, we have been Mingus, this is so marine
yeah, we have
school,
been.
water, and this
Yeah,
and that
true. Yeah,
pictures,
like
and we have to
we
fall
give
down, casting
everything.
months.
Yeah.
It's,
No, that's true, because I also had like a Muslim classmate,
mm,
and she was like discriminated at her internship because of the way she dressed, and she was like, I'm going through this because of Allah. He wants me to stand firm on my belief and the clothes that I wear, and I was like, wow,
wow.
that's very beautiful.
In our days,
Yeah,
we'll go straight to HR. We say, no, 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 no,
yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah.
Justice now. We want justice right
So
now.
Yeah.
Oh
So
wow, yeah,
true what he's saying. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So
And
I
it's
also
really
want to
important.
come at a point to say that, like,
Yeah, man. It is for
yeah.
Elohim who's in control of all things. I'll continue to play.
He was like, Allah has decided for this to happen to my family. That was his conclusion. That was in his mind when he saw all of that happening. How often do we hear Muslims speak about what's his name? How do they call him? Iblis. How often do we hear Muslims speak about Iblis? How often do you hear Muslims speak about the jinns? Everything is mashallah, inshallah. Everything.
True.
But look at our Christian counterparts and brothers and sisters. When it is good and positive, I can do all this to Christ Jesus.
Guy,
But
people
when something
like,
evil happens,
subscribe, put a ring, personalize it,
when something evil happens,
share, download.
it is always Satan and his minions, always devils, demons,
Hey, but
with
No.
all this to Christ counterparts and brothers and sisters. When it is good and positive, I can do all this to Christ Jesus. But when
Yeah,
something evil happens,
it's the devil.
when something evil happens, it is always Satan and his minions, always devils, demons, witches, and wizards.
I think the point has been made here. So,
Yeah.
what to do? Indeed, point one: what to do on the punishment. I will just read it all out here, or maybe you can read it because then it's interactive.
Oh yeah. I can't see it.
Oh, okay. It says
Realize.
realize that nothing happens without the will of Elohim, and acknowledge only Him as the source of your
Yeah.
fortune and misfortune. No one else. No one
Agree.
else. I think point is made. Bang.
Yeah.
Nigeria would say bang. I'll go to point two. And then the last point I will skip because then we'll...
So that is two. Your walk
and relationship with him. Are you
Point two, examine your walk
and relationship with him? Are you in order or disorder?
That is two. That is two. When you see for my life, as we say in Dutch, when you realize one, it's clock niet. Every person once in a while, you have that sensation from it's clock niet. When you're sitting in the quiet moments of life and you're like, hey, something is wrong.
Mm.
There are certain areas in my life where I'm not breaking through. I do my best, but nothing is coming out. I do my best, nothing is coming out. I'm living life, going to school, whatever, but I can't get the degree. I'm doing my best. I'm presenting myself well, but there's no lady around. I'm married, but I'm doing my best, but my relationship with my wife isn't working. We are married now, but we are trying, but somehow there's no child. I'm doing this, but somehow me and my parents. So whenever you see that you are doing what you have to do in a certain area in life, but it's not adding up, your input is not what you're getting out, it means something there is off. Now, when you realize that something there is off, you must then sit down and examine yourself. The accompanying verses are 2 Corinthians, Ezekiel. You must sit down and consider, hey, Elohim, are we all right?
Elohim,
Are
are we all right? That's a support part.
So are you in order or disorder, brother?
Are we all right?
Are you?
This come again?
I say, are you in order or disorder? Do you know it about yourself?
I'm at the moment, of course, examining also my relationship, and of course, we just had yeah, I would say
Noah.
one of the most reflective period in that in the Day of Atonement, to be specific. So I don't want to point this out because of the Day of Atonement, but it is, yeah, for the period where you're in, and then you
Yeah.
will realize, you will reflect, you will assess, and that's why I think such the feast days of Elohim are also really important, because then you will realize, you will reflect, you will, did I say reflex? I mean assess yourself,
Oh yeah.
and then you will see, yeah, man. Actually, there is, of course, a discomfort. There is I've fallen from many places multiple times in my youth, younger years, even up until now. You would see that living righteous is actually really difficult. Living normal is already difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays,
True.
just to live normal is already difficult. How much more living righteous? So then,
Yeah.
yeah, I would say that indeed, I would say, yeah, in the period of this, in this order, to see from, okay, what can I do, why, what do I have to do, how can I examine myself better, more. So that's why this teaching is also really important.
Yeah.
So
True. Agree.
it's really, really, really important. I think you already answered yours also.
Yeah.
Life is tough, eh? And you can, and imagine, eh? People are even having it more tougher than us, eh?
Yeah. That's why I don't want to
Uh,
say that often because like I'm here living in the Netherlands. I have
oh,
internet. I have a room.
even for the people living in the Netherlands, they are suffering. Wij zitten hier, we doen restoration talk, we lachen een beetje. We denken, oh ja, Libby staan, Libby staan.
Yeah.
Uh, so, yeah, because of the time, I want to round up with this. I
Yeah.
think the question that we can all ask ourselves is, I put it in the comment section, Elohim, are we all right? So tomorrow, Brother Jeff will do a deep dive in it, especially from the perspective of the New Testament. Last week was the Old Testament. I hope this prompt you also to listen to the whole session. It's really insightful. It's really
Yeah.
helpful also for all of us. And most of the time, people think, oh yeah, it's only for those who listen. But we also have to realize that even they are ministering, they are also learning themselves. It's
Yeah.
also time for them also to reflect, to assess. So it is always give and take. So I really salute them also for the hours of studies, reflection that they have done.
Yeah.
And, any last word, Ellie?
No, just keep on going. And like what you said, as long as you're here in the Netherlands, you are not suffering as much. As no, as much as like people in like
Yeah,
Africa. That's what I mean. Like make the best out of it, and yeah, yeah,
life. Ik kan alleen maar zuchten, hè? Alleen dat kun je doen. Dat laten we gewoon zuchtend de chat verlaten. Nee, maar in all things, Yah also says that let your heart not condemn you. So he's
yeah.
great
True.
our condemnation. So I think our brother tomorrow will also encourage us, also motivate us. So it is not as if Elohim wants evil for you and he's
No,
the,
yeah,
the, the angry man and so no. He just wants to correct us. He just wants us to have insight. So, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you all for listening. Thank you for those in the
yeah.
comment section also. AC, really good questions.
AC, yeah,
I hope Yah may also encourage you, that Yah may strengthen you. And then, as you said, I have to manage and endure. So, respect, because not many people could even say such sentences. So,
yeah.
see you tomorrow, 12. And gracias.
Bye.
Bye.